Alright, so today we're going to talk about Coinbase. More specifically, the case for Coinbase. The coin case, if you will. So we're going to start by going through the Public app's road to IPO. Public is my favorite investing app. It's my primary investing app where most of my money goes. And the road to IPO is basically a summary of the company up to this point. So let's start. In 2012, it says, school is in session for the Bitcoin wallet as Coinbase joins the summer 2012 Y Combinator class where they receive $17,000 in funding. In September, IDG Ventures, Alexis Ohanian, Founders Club, and other investors drop a cool $600,000 towards Coinbase and their seed funding round. In October, company launch Coinbase offers Bitcoin exchange through bank transfers. In April 2013, Coinbase bags $6 million in Series A funding from Union Square Ventures, pushing its pre-money valuation to almost $17 million. In December of 2013, Andreessen Horowitz, wow, I butchered that, Union Square Ventures and Rivet Capital invest $25 million in Series B, nearly octupling the company's valuation to, and it just has a dollar sign, so 8 times whatever it was before. Alright, 2014, a busy year as Coinbase, 1. Hits 1 million users, 2. Acquires Blocker, a blockchain explorer service, 3. Acquires Kipit web bookmarker tool, 4. Secures insurance coverage for stored Bitcoin value, and 5. Launches a vault system to secure said stored Bitcoin. But then even more, Coinbase also partners with Overstock, Dell, and other firms to enable Bitcoin payments from customers and adds Bitcoin payment processing to Stripe, Braintree, and PayPal. In January of 2015, in Series C funding, Coinbase secures $75 million, raising the pre-money valuation to $415 million. And then it says ka-ching, but I feel stupid saying that, so I'm going to state that I did not write this. Public, the app. Public said ka-ching, not me. I'm sorry. May of 2016, Coinbase rebrands Coinbase Exchange to Global Digital Asset Exchange, or GDAX, which acts as a middleman between crypto buyers and sellers. In July of 2016, Coinbase now supports Ethereum. In August of 2017, the New York State Department of Financial Services issues Coinbase the BIT license to trade Ethereum and Litecoin. In January of 2017, Coinbase's pre-money valuation breaks the billion barrier at $1.49 billion, with $108.1 million in Series D funding. In October of 2018, Coinbase collects $300 million in Series E funding. Pre-money valuation hit $7.74 billion. In January of 2019, the Coinbase team temporarily halts the trading of Ethereum Classic for 3 months due to a suspected network attack. In December of 2020, Coinbase joins the Open Patent Alliance, an organization bringing together crypto companies with the goal of mass crypto adoption. As of 2020, more than 35 million people across the world use Coinbase as their crypto wallet and platform. Alright, so if it wasn't clear yet, Coinbase is a crypto wallet where you can buy and sell different cryptocurrencies and use it as basically a cryptocurrency bank account. So why should you buy Coinbase stock? Well, obviously, cryptocurrency has been all over the news, and there's a good chance even your grandma knows about it. That means it has a lot of emotion behind it, and with a lot of emotion comes a lot of money. But the question is, will that emotion carry it to being a successful long-term investment? More importantly, is investing in Coinbase the best way to get cryptocurrency exposure? Before we get into that, if you want to join the Public Investing app, you can click my link in the description and get some free stock. Or if you're already in the Public Investing app, you can see my handle down below and follow me there. Also, if you're liking the video so far, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and if you don't, I'm going to share those feed pics that you sent me. You know the ones. Okay, so now the real meat and potatoes of this video. I want to talk about why you shouldn't invest in Coinbase. So while I was scrolling through the Public app, I saw this post by Mario. He said, Coinbase is coming soon. It will be a game-changing listing, bringing crypto even more into the spotlight. To understand the company and why it might be worth $100 billion valuation it is expected to achieve, check out this free, deeply researched, but easy-to-read report. Anyways, the report is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the comments. So I found a comment by Todd Carlisle, the prolific Todd Carlisle, with the handle tcardizzle, and he said, they are absolutely horrific with their customers. I've already posted about this and shared my personal experience, but all you need to know about Coinbase is contained in the reviews on either app store. Just read. They sound super sexy at first glance, but when 8 out of every 10 reviews all say the same thing regarding how they were treated, then good luck. You can choose to ignore that, but there are a finite number of people on Earth, and an 80% dissatisfaction rate will catch up with them and be their undoing. Skimming through your report, I see no mention of this. It's not an imagined slight, it's a consistent and verifiable culture of poor support. They routinely ban people without any reason given. They refuse to divulge information to me pertaining to identity theft. Look into it. I promise it could change your view. Justin responded with, I think a lot of that can be attributed to people not knowing the app, not doing their research, and jumping into the market without knowledge of how it works. The top apps in any exchange will have negative reviews to reflect this. Also, most don't know how to use Coinbase Pro to purchase, then transfer those purchases to Coinbase once the funds clear to avoid hefty fees. 0.5% up to $10,000 versus a 99-cent fee up to $10 and $2.99 fee up to $200. I use Coinbase and haven't had the issues others have. It's the easiest exchange to use, and they are also making their own debit card for use on purchases. No other exchange is providing a service like this yet. They also heavily invest into development and funding of emerging cryptos that are coming to market. They aren't just an exchange. Todd responds, no man, it's not about something you can research. I was trading for 6 months without issue. They asked me to re-verify. I submit the exact same document I used to register, my driver's license. They suspend my account. I asked support what's up. They gave me instructions to aid verification. From a desktop, hold up my license and a piece of paper with wording they specify. I do. They say, yeah, you did it, but we're not approving. They go on to say I have multiple accounts. I don't. That clearly means some piece of my personal information has been used to start an account. I asked them to provide me with what was used. They cut off communication and refused to answer further emails. Where exactly do I research what to do when a company sanctions identity theft? I had to freeze my credit report, having absolutely no idea which pieces have been compromised. So don't just assume people write reviews because they're less intelligent than you. Every single time I look within the first 5 reviews is a story exactly like mine. Every time. When I post on here about my experience, almost every response says, same thing happened to me. It has absolutely zero to do with the exchange or crypto. It has everything to do with the trained policy of ignoring issues rather than solving them. And then he shares the actual email exchange and the first 5 reviews of the Play Store, which are very telling. Finally, he says, I have crypto still tied up in the platform that I can't transfer, can't sell. I owned Ripple before the current issues with SEC, haven't been able to sell or move. Multiple 6 or more requests to customer service, and they have been totally ignored. Left a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. And then just so you know, I got his approval. Here's a message of me saying, do you mind if I share your experience? And he says, no, I actually encourage it. This isn't content theft, it's content aggregation. So what's my take? Like I said before, Coinbase is a hype stock. So if you're going to buy it, expect a pump and dump and try to sell it before the crash. Contrary to popular belief, or at least the belief I see in a lot of public comments, Coinbase is not the only way to expose yourself to cryptocurrencies. There are several companies that deal with crypto, including Tesla, and if you don't want to deal with any other company, you can just outright buy some cryptocurrency. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, like it. If you hated it, dislike it, leave a comment and subscribe, because if you don't, I'm sharing those feed pics.